Hi, welcome to our Streaming Story Spotlight. I'm Beth, an Adult Services Librarian at the Rocky River Public Library, and joining me today is Mary.
Hi, Beth. Nice
Hey,
to see
Mary.
you.
Hi, Mary. What do you do at the library since I didn't include your title?
That's all right. I also am, an associate at the Adult Reference Desk, and an associate with Outreach as well.
Absolutely. She wears many hats. Today we are highlighting Float Like a Butterfly. It's a 2018 movie that's available for streaming on Hoopla Digital, which you can access for free with your Rocky River Library card. Uh, it was a it, it was a beautifully beautiful scenery in the movie. What'd you think of it, Mary?
I, you know, I agree. I don't know that I would walk away from it saying that's one of the best movies I've seen. But the two things that I really enjoyed about it was the scenery. It takes place in Ireland. Um, it's just gorgeous. And I also learned something new. The movie is primarily about Irish travelers. Are you familiar with Irish travelers, Beth?
Um, I know a little bit about Irish travelers and more about the travelers who've made it to America and then have been featured on some reality TV shows. So I would say that my understanding and knowledge of them is very superficial.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, it does focus around Irish travelers, which seem like a really like kind of resilient culture.
Absolutely. I mean, they're really, they're almost a bit like gypsies and or nomads, and they live off the land. And when I started watching the film, they live in these round wagons, and I kept thinking, wow, this film must take place like 1920, and it actually takes place in the 1960s. And then when I stopped watching the film, I looked it up, and they still exist. There are still Irish travelers. So the film is primarily about this family of Irish travelers, and it focuses on the one main character, this young girl. And you go into it, thinking this is going to be like Rocky, but it really wasn't. Yeah.
No, yeah, no, Frances, the main character, definitely doesn't have the coaching or the support to go in to become a boxer, but she does become fascinated with Muhammad Ali. And it seems like fighting is a very common activity in their culture. And there's like a lot of rites of passage that come with it. So there's a lot of fighting in the story. And it was challenging for me to watch at times because it seems like the societal norms at the time were very much to encourage domestic violence, like towards women in particular, and really just kind of like beat the will out of them. So that
Hmm.
was challenging to watch, in my opinion. But the girl definitely, she held her own. And so that was the beautiful thing about it is she learned to hold her own and not really accept what society had in place for her. She was able to rise above that. So that was
I
triumph.
That was exactly the triumph. She was this kind of unlikely feminist.
Yeah.
And they really, the travelers, just seem to, like you said, they look at their women like, you have babies and you take care of the babies, and that's it. You do nothing else. We don't want to hear from you, that kind of thing. And she was definitely more a tomboy, and she had this natural inclination to do the things that the boys did. And instead of being embraced for that by her father in particular, because I do think there were women in her family that did really embrace her. He really kind of shamed her for those things, and she, as you said, triumphs. And so it's not really a movie about, it is a movie about fighting, but it's not like a training Rocky kind of movie. It's more of a, she has to fight for who she actually is, and
Mhm.
to be accepted for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been compared to a gender role reversal, Billy Elliot. But overall, it was beautiful. It was worth a watch.
Mhm.
I'd say give it a go if anyone is interested. And it's a perfect movie to watch in March with St. Patrick's Day coming up.
I,
So that's
I
cool.
agree, because you have, it takes place in Ireland. They're all speaking in a thick brogue. She's got the beautiful red hair, so it definitely kind of gets you in the spirit of Saint Patty's Day.
Absolutely. So next month we're going to be featuring another topical movie called Poetry, and we're going to be featuring that in the month of April. So if you want to watch Poetry with us, it's going to be available for streaming on Canopy. So join us to talk about that next month. And it was so good to talk to you, Mary. Take care.
Thank you. I look forward to watching Poetry and talking with you next month.
Sounds great. See you soon.
Alrighty, bye-bye.